I'm going to show you how to set up a Moodle forum, which is a way for students to interact online, discuss topics outside of school. They can even use it to turn in assignments. It's a very flexible, collaborative activity, and it's pretty easy to set up. The main question you're going to have to answer when you set up your forum is it a single topic, or are there going to be multiple different topics that are going to be possible on your forum? So for example, this forum is a single topic. There's one topic, one question, and then on one page are all the answers by lots of different students to that topic. If I go to the front page of this course, I can see that this link here is the forum, and I'm immediately taken to the discussion. Every post has a reply, and because I'm the teacher, I can edit and delete as well. But the students would just be able to reply to each topic and post their ideas. Another type of forum, same basic concept, but when you click on the forum, instead of immediately seeing a discussion, you see a list of topics. So there's one general forum, and then there are separate threads where in that thread there are replies. So if I click on that discussion, I'll see that there are replies within that thread. And this is actually a pretty creative use of the forum as a way for students to co-author a story online, each student writing one paragraph and then passing it on to the next. Here's another look at using a forum with multiple threads. Even though there's not a lot of replies, it does make it nice and easy to see. Each student's name is right here in a list. So even though students can read each other's, it's a little more inconvenient because you have to click on the name. Kind of separates the discussion. But as a teacher, it's kind of nice because you can just quickly see, okay, who's posted right here. So when you're setting up a forum, the first step is turn editing on so you see all your nice buttons. And then now we go over, instead of a resource, we go add an activity. So here, add an activity, and here it is, forum. There's just one choice at first, forum. You're going to enter your forum name, so discuss this. And then here is where you decide one topic or multiple. Its default is to multiple, so standard forum for general use. If I click on that and I say, hey, it's just one question, that's all I care about, I want to see all the discussion happening in one place, I don't want it separated, I'm going to choose single simple discussion. These middle two are more advanced, we'll talk about them later. If you forget which ones you want to do, which one's the one for single, there's a little help button right here. If I click on that, it brings up a little help menu and says, oh, a single simple discussion, useful for short, focused discussions, while a standard forum for general use is an open forum. So, always helpful, these little help buttons. So if I'm going to do a standard forum, then here I introduced the general idea of the forum. So post your questions below. This is where you would say any kind of requirements for a grade, reminding kids about being good digital citizens when they post, using academic spelling and correct grammar, all that. There are other settings for this, but when you first set up a forum, just ignore them. And now if I hit save and display, I'm instantly taken to the forum. And now, as a teacher, I can create topics, or students can create topics, which then become their own separate threads. If instead I had chose to create a single simple forum, then instead of seeing that page of add a new discussion topic, students would instantly see that initial description as a post, and then they would be able to reply to that post. So for your first forum, I recommend starting with a single simple and just posing a single question. And then as you start to explore the uses, then maybe a general forum where there can be multiple different topics on one page. But they all pretty much do the same thing. And when in doubt, just scroll down and hit save and give forums a shot.